Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Man, that was we made that a little Navi at the end. My heart, bro. I thought you had already won that game a long time ago, which you should have. Trossard should definitely have scored, and Nketiah should definitely have scored. That game would have been over. But those last 6 minutes, that reminded me of the Nottingham Forest game. Let me know if you can hear me. Against Nottingham Forest, the game was done in the first half. The second half, we just controlled the game, missed a couple of chances, and then we made a mistake as usual. Wolves were never going to score in that game, but we gave them a goal. Like we've done that so many times this season. We've conceded 11 goals in the Premier League this season, which is a very good tally. And out of the 11 goals, like 8 of them have been like our individual mistakes. Just to make something clear, I'll talk about Zinchenko at the end. I think Zinchenko was very good in that game before that mistake. He got an assist. He was very good in the first half. He got involved like in every single attack that we had. So I don't agree with people saying like drop Zinchenko completely. The thing that should have happened is when you have a 2-goal lead around the 60th minute, then like he did against Lons, then you're supposed to take out Zinchenko and bring on Kiwi and players like that. But I think the first half was a very, very good performance. Now, again, let me make something clear. I don't have problems with controlling the game after you have a 2-goal lead. I would prefer to get a third goal and then make a couple of subs and then, just pass it around. The third goal is always very, very important because, as they say in football, 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in football, which is true because when that team gets one goal, you're in trouble. But I still don't have a problem with us controlling the game at all. I don't expect us to like 2-goal lead, just keep going explosive until the 90th minute, because that is what some other people are expecting. They're like, okay, why are we not creating 30 more chances in the second half? I don't really need that because Wolves were never going to score in that game. We had control of the game. As long as we're defensively tight and not make mistakes, Zinchenko ended up making a mistake later on. That is the problem. So that is why a third goal sometimes is good enough. If you have a 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead, I totally do not have a problem with you controlling the game. But unfortunately, we made the mistake at the end. And sometimes you'll get games like that. Sometimes you'll win 4 or 5 different kind of games. Sometimes you'll score 6 goals like we did against Lons. Sometimes the game will be done in the first half. Sometimes you'll need a late goal like you did against Brentford. Sometimes, like against Nottingham, and today you'll get a couple of goals and then you relax. I don't even necessarily think we relaxed. Jesus missed a chance in the first half. I think he should have passed to Declan Rice. That should have been 3-0. Trossard missed a very good chance as well, 1-on-1. That should have been 3-0. It should have been game over. So I don't necessarily think there's anything to blame Arteta for in that match. Actually, people were asking for the likes of Saka and Martinelli and to be subbed off earlier, and not a good idea. 2-0, I don't think is enough to sub off players like that. Although I never really expect us to concede these days, to be honest. And we were never going to concede in that game, like if we didn't give them a goal. So the 3 points is what is important. We have a lot of games coming up this month. That is why I don't have a problem with not going explosive for 90 minutes. Although you need to stay away from making mistakes and you need to at least try and get a third so that you be more comfortable. And then you can take away a couple of players and then relax. But I don't think there's anything to blame at there. And I don't think there's anything to blame like the defenders apart from Zinchenko with that mistake. And I still think he had a very good game before that mistake. I think he was one of our best players in that match. The forward players should definitely have taken some of the chances. Jesus, Trossard, Nketiah, most of them had one-on-one chances and they should have scored from it. But let me know what you guys made of the game. We made it a little tougher at the end, but you still won 2-1. Depends on how you think of it. I predicted 3-0. It was looking like it was going to be 3-0 in the second half. First half, it looked like it was going to be more. But if you look at the fact that Wolves have beaten Man City this season, they've, I think, beaten Newcastle. They've beaten Tottenham as well. I think they almost drilled Man United as well. They're a very good team. Even though they're missing players, I still think they're a very good team. So it's a 2-1 win. That's how many wins in a row we beat Burnley. That's 3 wins in a row. I said last season, we were able to win 5 games in a row, 3 separate times. And there's a time we won 8 games in a row. We've still not yet done this season, but now we've gotten 3 wins. Next game, we have Luton. We can make that 4 wins out of 4. And then after that, we have a couple of tough games against Aston Villa, Brighton, and Liverpool. But as long as we got the win, my heart was beating out of my chest in those last 6 minutes. I was like, oh, God, no, man. That was too easy for us. Let's not draw this game, man. Luckily, if you don't make any errors, I don't expect the other team to score. Until like the 80th minute, Wolves had like 1 shot on target. Like we were so comfortable defensively until we made the mistake. And that's the only thing that we need to cut out of our games. I think we are very good these days. I usually don't expect us to concede. We are very good at from set pieces, penalties, corners, free kicks, holding possession. And in the first half, I'll come to the match reaction. I'll talk about the first half. But I just expect us we are very good these days. But the mistakes is the only thing because this season, Saka's given away a goal, Zinchenko's given away a goal, Havertz has given away a goal, Raya's given away a goal. Like so many players have given away goals. If we didn't make mistakes, I think we'd have like 20 clean sheets by now out of the whole season. Like we are so good. Like Declan Rice, absolutely incredible. Again, today, he just never makes any mistakes. Like the tackles, interceptions, Gabriel at the back as well. Absolutely fantastic. So the only worry about today is Tomiyasu going down. I'm really hoping he's not injured again. I always tell you guys, I'm usually very worried about players like Tomiyasu and Zinchenko and Jesus. Usually when it gets to 45 minutes, I was very happy to see Tomiyasu going off against Lons at halftime because I know, like, I don't know, about 90 minutes, 2-3 games in a row. Tomiyasu, there's a game I really need him for. I really need him for the Liverpool game. Even if it means he doesn't play against Luton and Aston Villa, I really need Tomiyasu to play against Salah on that day. So if he's fit for even the Luton on Aston Villa game, I just leave him on the bench until that match because we really need him. But let me know what you guys made of the game. Let's go to the match reaction. 2-1 win for Arsenal. I predicted 3-0. Some people predicted 2-1. Some people predicted 2-0. It was looking like 4-0, 5 in that first half. Another very good first half performance. I think this is the second time we've done this season against Nottingham, and today where we have a very comfortable lead, and then at the end we almost mess it up. But I've seen Man City do that as well a couple of days. The only worry is it's a mistake because Wolves were never going to score from that end. I've also seen people saying Zinchenko is crap. I still think he was one of our best players on that pitch before making the mistake, and I think he's been very good out from the last 4 games. Let me know if you disagree. I think Zinchenko has been very good the last 4 games. But defensively, it's true. He always has that switch off once in a while, and that is why when you have a 2-goal or 3-goal lead, you can bring on Tomiyasu or Ben White in that situation. Because in attacking, Zinchenko is very good, but when you need like to defend out the last 20 minutes, that's when you bring on the likes of KV and Tomiyasu. But these days, Tomiyasu starts. But let me know what you guys made of the game. Let's go to the starting lineup for today. So this is what Arteta went for in today's game. He had Ryan goal, Gabriel, Saliba, Tomiyasu, and Zinchenko. At the back, Ben White, I think, definitely starts next game, even if Tomiyasu was fit. Rice, Trossard, and Odegaard in midfield. So he went to Trossard. In my preferred lineup, I had Havertz and Trossard both starting because Trossard did not play against Lons at all. So I had him starting in this one. I actually had Martinelli on the bench for this game and then start him against Luton. But Martinelli ended up starting. Havertz was on the bench. Up front, we had Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli as per usual. And then on the bench, Ramsdale, Kavia, White, Cedric, Jorginho, El Neni, Havertz, Ketia, and Reece Nelson. So that was our full lineup for today. The only difference was I think I would have rested Tomiyasu. Actually, in my lineup for my preview, I actually had Tomiyasu on the bench and then start Ben White, and then I had Martinelli on the bench, start Havertz, and then Trossard plays on the left side. But he went to this lineup, and the first half was absolutely incredible once again, especially the first 15 minutes. Those were absolutely incredible. We were dominating everything. Now, this is where like the likes of Zinchenko are very good, because if you watch him in that first half, Zinchenko was absolutely class. Like, so that one too will come to it. But the first 6 minutes, I think this is one of the earliest goals we scored this season. Jesus, the touch on the right side, pass to Saka, incredible. So Jesus usually, he doesn't really have to score, but he's usually involved in everything. Like today, the 2 goals that we scored, I don't think we scored those goals without Jesus there, because he has like the pre-assist, and it's not just a simple pre-assist. Like he does a lot with that, and he's very, very good at that. So first goal, Saka, nice and early, 6 minutes on. And the way we played the other day against Lons, I was thinking, my goodness, are you going to get another 5 goals or 6 goals? This is incredible. So Saka with a very good finish once again with his weaker foot. I think last season he scored against Wolves as well. Saka is just incredible, man. Now these days, he almost like scores or assists every single game. You'll never have a game where you don't have Saka scoring or assisting. It's just absolutely incredible. I love his new celebration. He's feeling good about himself. He's 22 years of age, guys. He's 22. Do you see how good he is, man? Every single game he does something. Whether it's a game where he's not involved at all. Like against Chelsea, just pops up with an assist. Against Lens, incredible. Champions League, every single home game is getting a goal and an assist. Like it's just absolutely incredible. 1-0 in the first 6 minutes, exactly what you need. That Jesus turn, as I said, brilliant from him, and then it obviously had a bit of luck, and then it fell on Saka, and it was 1-0. Nice start because you don't want Wolves to score fast. As I said, Wolves this season, they've beaten Man City. They've given Newcastle a very tough game. They beat Tottenham as well. They're a very good team. Like even when they have injuries to the likes of Neto, Wang and Cunha and those guys, as you've seen Cunha's strike, they are very good players. Those Portuguese and Spanish players, they are very good. I don't know where Sarabia was today. The guy scored against Tottenham. I don't know where he was, but we are lucky that they didn't have the likes of Neto because he's very skillful. They would have tested our goalkeeper more. But 1-0 in the first 6 minutes, incredible. 18th minute, I think one of our best goals this season. This is why you talk positively about the likes of Zinchenko and Jesus. Absolutely class. That was a very good team goal. Saka with the cross, it was a bit of a hit. He dropped it to Zinchenko. Zinchenko with the pass to Jesus, and the quick Jesus return to Zinchenko. And I think there was someone there. Was it Rice or Trossard? The awareness to leave the ball to Zinchenko because they would have just gone for the ball and then spot the cross for Zinchenko. The awareness to leave Zinchenko to cross the ball, and Zinchenko didn't just rush to the cross. No, he actually looked at where Odegaard was and passed the ball to Odegaard. And these days, Odegaard, not even these days, the last 2 seasons, when a chance like that drops to Odegaard, I usually expect it to be in the net 100%. He's very good at that. Like if you cut the ball back for him like that, I don't think he ever misses. He did that against Man United. And last season, I think he did it against Wolves. I think he did it against I think Tottenham, even when he had him on loan, he did something similar as well. Like he gets a cutback and just puts it in. He's very good at that, Martin Odegaard. Like if he cut the ball, I think he did it against Chelsea at home last season as well. He is very good. I'm really happy to have Odegaard back amongst the goals as well. We really missed Odegaard in terms of goal scoring and assisting. He got 15 goals last season. Like he was scoring quite regularly. So a very, very good goal. One of the best goals we've scored this season in terms of team goals. That was absolutely incredible. To make it 2-0. And from that point on, I was almost expecting, listen, can we get a third goal and be comfortable? I'm actually looking at Odegaard right now. He's doing the post-match interview. I was hoping let's get a third goal and then sub off someone, Rice or Saliba, just one of those players, Saka, sub them off. In my head against Luton, I'm not underestimating them, but I would try to rest one from Saliba or Rice. I don't want them to play every single game, every single week, because we need them at next year as well. So we need to find a way to rest them. Guardiola does that very well. You'll find even Alvarez on the bench for 3 games. You'll find Foden on the bench for 4 games. You'll find Vardiol on the bench for 5 games in a row. We need to do that as well. It's Saliba and someone like that. The problem is now that Tomiyasu is injured. I was thinking Ben White and Gabriel for one of those games at centre back, and then you get to rest Saliba for one of those games and Rice for one of those games. But listen, 2-0. Trossard also had a shot in the first 20 minutes as well. Should have scored from it. I think I have it here. This one should have been a goal as well. It was a very good touch from Trossard. It wasn't an easy chance. It was a very good touch from him. But he had 2 decent chances. The second half one was very, very good chance. He shouldn't have missed that one. He should have had 2 goals today. So that game should have been 4-0 before he even gave away the goal. It should have been 4-0 to Arsenal. Trossard missed a couple, and even after they scored, Nketiah missed a very good chance as well. We had like 3 clear-cut chances. It should have been 5 goals for us today. But we didn't. So 2-0 at halftime. Their goalkeeper actually got subbed off. That's the other thing that annoyed me today. Wolves' goalkeeper got subbed off, and I don't think we really tested the newer goalkeeper that much. Rice did have a couple of shots from outside the box, yes. Saka, a couple as well from outside the box, but I didn't really see the likes of Jesus and Rice hitting it on target as much as I wanted because they had the second choice goalkeeper on the pitch. Test him more, you never know. He's not really played a lot. Sar's been playing every single game. Martinelli did have a very, very good like in that 5th minute, Martinelli did something incredible. Like when Zinchenko lost the ball and Martinelli ran back to get the ball. That is what you need from this team. When someone else makes a mistake, run back and cover for them. Martinelli does that very well. And literally 30 seconds later, Martinelli hit the post as well. So that could have been 6 goals as well. I'd even forgotten about Martinelli hitting the post. That game should have been done a long time ago. Now, I do still believe we are very capable of fluidity, as people want it, fluid football. We are very good at that. I don't necessarily need us to do that every single game. I need us to save that energy for next year. We've seen that last season. We almost killed ourselves. By the time we got to March, we were very tired. Maybe in terms of managing the game, if that helps us by February, March, we are still fresh. If it means rotating players and all that, I'm absolutely okay with that. But that first half, again, just like Lons, we were absolutely fluid. Like Martinelli, one-touch passing, Rice, Zinchenko, Jesus, Saka, all looked very, very good. So I'm sure we can do that as much as we want. We can play that fluid football. I'd like us to relax a bit after we get the third goal, not really after the second goal. I don't even necessarily think we relaxed. I think we missed a lot of chances. Trossard, 2 chances, and Ketia, Martinelli hit the post. That should have been game over before we even made the mistake. So 2-0 at halftime, very comfortable. You kind of expect Arsenal to come back in the second half, get a third maybe, and just kill the game off, make a few subs. We have another game on Tuesday, so we don't really have too much time to rest at all. Another game on Tuesday, a tough game away at Luton, who've just lost today, so they'll be looking to bounce back at home. Raya did make a very good save in the second half, in the 52nd minute, and that was basically the only shot on target they had until we gave them the ball. Raya with a very good save. Rice was absolutely incredible once again. Jesus went off for Ketia. Saliba picked up his first yellow card, I think, of the season as well. I think it was a good foul. Some fouls are just good fouls. You don't let the player run to goal. Havertz also came on for Martinelli. Didn't really have enough time to make it 3 goals in 3 games. I don't even think he had a chance. He did give away a ball in a dangerous area, though, that we almost conceded from. And then Trossard had the one-on-one chance from the 82nd minute, which came from Trossard being not Trossard, from Havertz winning the ball back in midfield and giving the ball to Trossard. He should have scored that. You cannot miss that, because 2 goals up, we've relaxed to get the third goal, and Wolves probably even take off players like Cunha because it's game over. But for Trossard missing that chance, gave energy to Wolves, because they're like, listen, 2-0, we are still in the game. And then came the Zinchenko mistake. Now, as I said, I'll talk about Zinchenko in the player ratings. I think he was very good before that mistake, but is it his first mistake that has led to a goal this season? I don't think he's made any other mistake that has led to a goal. Last season against Aston Villa and Liverpool away, those were bad mistakes. And today he also made another mistake in the first half. But apart from that, I think Zinchenko is very good for the rest of the game. I had written my player ratings in the 80th minute. I had given Zinchenko an 8, and then he made that mistake, and then I went straight away and I changed it. You can't make that mistake. That is criminal. When the game is that comfortable, because if it's 2-0, no one complains. It's too easy. We've won the game. The Wolves didn't really have a shot. We've won the game quite easily against a team who've given Tottenham and still those guys a very good game this season. But the moment you make that mistake, it kind of puts a bad vibe to the win, and then you have to defend for the last 10 minutes, and then Wolves almost even had a penalty as well. I think we almost had a penalty as well, Jesus being pulled back in the first half, but it hit Gabriel's chest in the second half. I was like, oh my goodness, let's not throw away these 3 points, man. That would be suicidal. You can't do that. We were that comfortable. We couldn't have done that. So Ketia also missed a chance after Cunha scored. He hit the post. It was, at least he got it past the goalkeeper. But then again, you have to score that, man. You have to put it on target. Hitting the post is not counted on target. You have to score that. You have to score that, because now there's players who are ahead of you. Jesus is back. He's getting assists and looking good almost every single game. Trossard also, to be fair, he also missed a few chances today as well. I'm annoyed by that as well. But there's so many players fighting for that position. So if you miss a couple of chances, you're not starting the next game, unfortunately. You're in a bit of trouble. But Jorginho and Kivio came on for Saka and Odegaard, and thankfully we were able to kill the last 4 minutes of the game and get the win. Apart from that penalty shot that Wolves had, we were able to win 2-1. But again, it was a very comfortable game. Like, Wolves would never have scored if we didn't make that mistake at all. It's just the mistakes that always make us look a bit bad, because if we didn't make any mistakes, we would have beaten Man United 3-0. We would have beaten Wolves today 2-0. We would have beaten, is it Nottingham, 2-0 as well. We would have beaten Tottenham 2-1. I even forgot about that Jorginho mistake as well. Like, Fulham, we would have won that game. Even the games that you've drawn this season against Fulham and Tottenham, it's an Arsenal mistake because of a mistake. So if we cut out those mistakes from our game, we'd never concede a goal, because these days, Gabriel, Saliba, Rice, they absolutely look like you cannot get past them at all, especially Rice. They make the game very, very comfortable for us. But we did get the win. 2-1. It's been a very good last 2 weeks. We beat 3 weeks. We beat Burnley. We beat Brentford away from home, clean sheet. We beat Lons 6-0, kept a clean sheet. Today should have been a clean sheet as well, but we won as well. That is 4 wins in a row. I think that is decent enough. Luton next up, get the win as well. 2-goal margin at least. Let's get the win there as well. And then all of a sudden it's 4 Premier League wins in a row, and it's looking good for us. I'll come to the player ratings. Let me take a few of your comments. Daily Fix says, let's pray for Tomiyasu. I'm really hoping it's not serious. He's been able to stay fit until December. That's a good thing. And then he's also going in January, by the way, for the Asian Cup. The Asian Cup and the AFCON are happening at the same time, so we miss a lot of players. Tommy, hope the injury is not big. If he's fit for Aston Villa or Luton midweek, I wouldn't play him. I need him for the Liverpool game. He's the only one who can mark Salah. He's the only one. We need him for that game because Zinchenko in games like this, first half attacking, you play Zinchenko for sure. Against Lons, Zinchenko's incredible. Against Burnley, Zinchenko's incredible. Even against Brentford, Zinchenko's incredible. But against Liverpool away from home against Salah, I am not sure. I'd like to see Zinchenko against Salah in that particular game. So that is why you need Tomiyasu. You really need Tomiyasu. So I would even just give him a break for the 2 weeks and bring him back for that game right before Christmas. Tommy, hope the injury is not big, says Joshua. After we scored 2, it became comfortable, which is not good. You should be scoring more goals, says Joshua. I think we should definitely be getting a third. I don't really need us to keep on going and getting 9 goals and being tired for the Luton game. We have another game in 3 days and another one after that against Aston Villa and Brighton and Liverpool. But in terms of killing the game, we need to get a third goal for sure. I don't have a problem with us controlling the game. As I said, the game was comfortable. The game was going to end 2-0, and we would not have been talking right now at all because that would have been absolutely comfortable against a very good team. But Zinchenko gave away the ball and he brought them back to the game. You definitely need to get a third goal. And I don't think we were terrible. We created chances. Nketiah missed a 1-on-1. Trossard missed 2 1-on-1s as well. Jesus should have passed to Rice in the first half. Martinelli hit the post. That could easily have been 3-4-0 before they scored. So I still do agree, though. You need a third goal at least to kill the game. Anyway, we got 3 points, but nobody's happy, says Chidi. No, I'm very happy. We got a win. We got 3 points. We have 4 points clear. I'm very happy. I'm not happy the second half. I'm not happy with Zinchenko making a mistake and letting them back in the game because that is throwing away Raya's and Saliba's and Gabriel's clean sheets and all that. That was a very comfortable game. We looked very good in the first half. I know we can look that good if we want to. It's not, people made it look like, oh my goodness, Arsenal are not playing well. Last season was lucky. They cannot play well at all. Last season was just lucky. No, we can play like that if we want. I guess Atta just chooses not to, save the energy until next year. By the time we get to March, April, if you're still top of the table, we are fresh and we can go for the last 2-3 months of the season, that business time. And this season as well, we've had Champions League football as well. So it's difficult to play at the top of the levels like every single game. That should have been an easy win. But I'm actually happy, Chidi. We got 3 points. That's what you need to do, get 3 points. As Lee says, main thing is the 3 points. What matters is the 3 points, says Ayobami as well. We almost lost our head, says Daily Fix. I blame that on Zinchenko and Trossard and Nketiah for missing the chances. Everyone else, Rice, Gabriel, that was comfortable. It should have been 2-0. Should have been more. We should have had like 4 goals. Gunners for Life says Mary. Even Eddie hit the post. Yeah, Eddie hit the post. The chance that he missed is the post one. So he hit the post twice. Martinelli and Nketiah. So the game should have been over. Good win, but you should beat these small teams with many goals. Stanislas, I don't necessarily think Wolves is a small team. Remember, they've beaten Man City and Tottenham this season already. So I don't think they're a small team. They have those Brazilians and Portuguese and Spanish players. They're a very good team, but today we should have beaten them 3-4 goals. We should have taken our chances. Zinchenko will play very well, but his error too will cost a goal. That's the problem. I still think he was very good today until that mistake. I'll talk about him in the player ratings. Tomiyasu will be around for Liverpool. Really hope so, because that particular game, as I said, I would not like to see Zinchenko playing against Salah. That would be a bit Navi. Judge says this is a game we're just awful with our finishing. I agree. This was an easy game that we turned around and made it so difficult. We would have scored 4 in first half. Wolves were just all over the place, but we were just wasteful. And again, poor Enrique Zinchenko cost the team a clean sheet, and we almost threw away these points. Zinchenko has been a liability in defensive areas. He's so poor defensively. Again, Judge, I don't necessarily agree with that. Remember, we beat Brentford because Zinchenko cleared the ball off the line, and he was very good in that game defensively. I don't think he's a calamity defensively. He's not like Mustafi or Kolasinac defensively. That's what I'm trying to say. But he's not the best defender in the team. Tomiyasu, Kivio, Gabriel, Saliba, they're all better than him defensively. Is Zinchenko in my first team? Yes. If Timber is back, probably not. Zinchenko in all these games, Wolves, Luton, I would definitely start Zinchenko. It's just because Tomiyasu has been starting. Maybe if Tomiyasu is on the bench, the moment you get a 2-goal lead, 60 minutes gone, then you need to take off Zinchenko because his job is done there. Then you bring someone who can focus until the 90th minute. So there's some days last season I was even happy with Holding coming on for Zinchenko because Holding can concentrate for those last 10 minutes, and Zinchenko is not the best in terms of finishing off the game. But I don't think he's a calamity defensively, but he does lose concentration at 2 or 3 times in a game. Sometimes he gets punished, sometimes he don't. Today we got punished. It was hard luck for us, but the only thing is the 3 points we got, says Frederick. Zinchenko made so many mistakes today. We just made it difficult for ourselves, something we could have got over easily, says Zubale. And I understand why Nketiah should always start from the bench whenever Jesus is available. How can he miss such chances as a striker, says Isaac. I think Jesus definitely finishes that. He even probably goes past the goalkeeper with that chance. 3 points is important, but you should have killed the game with the 3rd goal, says Anu. Trusted Nketiah robbed Odegaard is 2 good assists, man. They owed him a dinner today as an apology, says Bale for sure. Odegaard could have had a goal and 2 assists today. But let's go to the player ratings. Let's do this. Player ratings. Arsenal 2, Wolves 1 player ratings. Let's start with David Raya as usual. He made a very good save from Cunha in the second half. I think he handled some of the crosses quite well as well. It was definitely supposed to be a clean sheet for him. That you know what, as Ubali has said, if they are buying Odegaard dinner, Zinchenko should buy the likes of Raya and Gabriel Dean as well today, because that was a definite clean sheet that we've just thrown away. I don't think Raya really had any errors. His passing was okay today as well. I'm going to give Raya 7 out of 10, although he didn't keep a clean sheet, not his fault. That was a very comfortable game. 7 out of 10 for David Raya. Gabriel, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. There's a first half challenge he made in the box. I was like, oh my goodness, it's going to be a penalty. Like just the braveness, and I think, again, as I always say, it's very underrated. I think Gabriel is a very good goalkeeper. No, he's a very good defender. I probably can play as a goalkeeper as well, but he's very good in terms of that these days. Another thing I love about Gabriel these days, if you go back to 2 seasons ago, Gabriel was losing the ball sometimes, getting a yellow card here and there, getting a red card here and there. These days, Gabriel doesn't even pick up yellow cards as well. So I'm really happy with that too. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for today. Should have been a clean sheet, could have been an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give Saliba 7 out of 10 as well. Always solid, no errors really from Gabriel and Saliba, just solid as usual. I would try to find a way to rest Saliba before we play Aston Villa, Brighton, and Liverpool. I know he doesn't regularly play for France, so he's been resting here and there. But he's playing really well, man. Like, he's so good. Every time. So today he picked up a yellow card, though. That is something new. Saliba never picks up yellow cards. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for today. Tomiyasu, I mean, we had kept a clean sheet before he went off. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I think Tomiyasu, once again, he was very, very good. I really hope he's not gone for too long. We really need him. You know why we didn't get top 4 2 seasons ago? It's because Tomiyasu and Partey got injured. And Tierney as well. Do you know why you didn't win the title last season? Because Saliba and Tomiyasu got injured. We don't want that again. We need Tomiyasu to stay fit the whole season. We need him to stay fit, or at least for 80% of the season. 8 out of 10 for Tomiyasu. For today, again, another very good performance. Hopefully, it's like 1 week injury or something. 8 out of 10 for him. Zinchenko. Now, I wrote this down purposely before we even made the mistake. He was I think he was one of Saka. Yes, I'm going to say this. I think Zinchenko was our best player in the first half. Some of you might disagree. Some of you might say Martinelli. Some of you might say Saka, Jesus. I think Zinchenko was our best player, and I wrote this down. In the first half, he had the most touches for us. He had 53 touches of the ball. He won the possession 5 times as well for us, Zinchenko, in the first half. So Wolves attacking, Zinchenko got the ball 5 times and he put us back to the attack. He did that 5 times in the first half as well. I think he had like 10 plus passes in the final third, third or something. He also had like 2 touches in the opposition box, and he obviously created the chance. It was a very, very good 1-2 with Jesus, and he passed the ball to Odegaard. Very, very good assist, very, very good finish from Odegaard. So Zinchenko, personally, I think he was at least in our top 2 best players in the first half. He was very good. I know he fell down and the Wolves almost scored from that, but for the rest of the first half, everything was going through Saka, and then everything was going through Zinchenko on the left side. I in the 70th minute, I wrote 8 out of 10 for his player ratings. In the 70th minute, I had 8 out of 10. He was going to be a nominee for man of the match in the poll, but he made the mistake, and he cost us a goal. So that dropped down, but it didn't drop down to a 3 or 2, because some of you are going to say 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I dropped that by 2. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 because I think he was our best player in the first half. But I had an 8 out of 10. So I've removed 2 points for that mistake because that is a bad mistake. But I'm still going to give him a 6 out of 10 because I think he was very good in the first half. Midfield-wise, I'm going to give Declan Rice an 8 out of 10. Always saw class, interceptions, tackles. I think he made like 6. He got like 6 interceptions when I checked in the 70th minute. I think he had like 2 tackles as well. Declan Rice is just incredible. 8 out of 10. I don't even really need to talk about him. Trossard, I've given him a 7 out of 10. I'm having a feeling it should be like 6 out of 10. I don't know why. Yeah. I've given him a 7 out of 10. I also wrote that before he missed the chance as well, so he's not going to get a 7 out of 10. He missed a very good chance, and that game would have been over. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. It's definitely not a 7. He missed 2 very good chances. The first one was basically his work, but I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10, not 7. 6 out of 10. It maybe even should be lower, because those that's a very good chance. And usually I'd put my money on Trossard to score that. So 6 out of 10 for Trossard. Maybe I'm being a bit nice. Maybe it should be 5 out of 10. Martin Odegaard, as someone already said in the chat, they robbed him out of 2 assists, Nketiah and Trossard, and he scored a very, very good goal as well. I never expect Odegaard to miss such. He never misses. When you give him that cutback, he'll never miss at all. Very good finish. I think he was good. I think we're starting to get the Odegaard that we know. He was very good today. I'm going to give him 8 out of 10 for today. He created numerous chances today as well. 8 out of 10. Bukayo Saka, he scored. He scored today as always. He was involved in the nice goal, but it was a overhit cross, but that's when it landed to Zinchenko. I think Saka was okay. Second half, a bit quiet. Him and Trossard did take a couple of poor shots off target, unnecessary shots. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for today, Bukayo Saka. Gabriel Martinelli, he hit the post. The one thing, Martinelli, in terms of going forward, he was definitely nowhere near our best player today. But I really loved the way he tracked back in the first half and won us the ball after Zinchenko fell down and the ball went to Wolves. I love that kind of energy from Martinelli, so that's why I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for today. Now, Gabriel Jesus, he did not score, he did not assist, but we scored the first goal from Jesus. And he scored the second goal because of Jesus as well, and Zinchenko's passing on the left side. So for that, I'm going to give Gabriel Jesus a 7 out of 10 as well. Who came on? Nketiah came on. Again, just like Trossard, you have to score. 2-1, you score right away. We can say, you know what, okay, we had control of the game, and then we conceded, and then right away just upped it and scored. The 2-goal lead again, 3-1, job done. That is a one-on-one chance, man. You have to score unless you have a shot and the goalkeeper makes an unbelievable save. I mean, at least he didn't like completely miss it. I know that. You have to put that in the back of the net. Same applies to Trossard. You have to score. Those one-on-one chances, you have to score. You cannot miss that, because imagine if he missed that, and then I think Wang ran on the left side. I was like, oh my goodness, please don't miss that, and then we'll score right away. You're going to be in a bit of trouble. But you are the striker. You've been brought on to score. Bad miss, very, very bad miss. So for that time he was on the pitch, I'm just going to give him an average 5 out of 10 from Nketiah. For how long was he on? 30 minutes, 5 out of 10. Who else came on? Havertz came on. He didn't really get a chance to finish or anything like that. He did create a very good chance for Trossard as well. That pass to Trossard was very, very good. And then was it Trossard or was it Nketiah? It was Nketiah. Who passed the ball to Nketiah? It was Odegaard. Yeah, I think Havertz passed the ball to Trossard. That he also Trossard robbed Havertz of an assist as well. So I think for that chance created by Havertz there and winning the ball back a couple of situations, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. He was on for around 20 minutes, so 6 out of 10 for Havertz for today. Ben White came on. Did Ben White come on? He came on the 70-something minutes. So yeah, Ben White came on. He had a tough time, obviously, against Wang. I'm just going to give him a 6 out of 10. I need to rewatch White's 20 minutes. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Jorginho Kivio went on for too long. So Jorginho, 5 out of 10, and Kivio 5 out of 10 as well. Mikel Arteta today, last time I gave him a 10 out of 10 because that was an incredible performance against Lons, and I think the subs were perfect. He got to take off the likes of Saka. Today, first half was incredible. Trossard should have scored. Jesus should have scored. Maybe should have passed it to Declan Rice. Could have been 4-0 at halftime, game over. Second half, Trossard should have scored. Nketiah should have scored. It's 4-5-0, game is over. I do think Zinchenko should have gone off. I don't know. Maybe he was planning to do that. Maybe he was planning to bring on Ben White for Zinchenko, and then Tomiyasu went down and Ben White came on. We'll never know. I would like to ask him that question. Were you thinking of taking out Zinchenko? I usually feel 2-goal lead, take off Zinchenko. Maybe also left him on for a longer period because he subbed him off against Lons. But I'm a firm believer of 60 minutes, 70 minutes, you have a 2-3 goal lead, take off Zinchenko, take off Saka, or one of them, Saka or Martinelli. Just take them off and then go a bit not defensive, but bring someone who's a bit more concentrate better in terms of defending, and then up front just someone with fresh energy. First half was great. It's not his fault that Trossard and Nketiah missed the chances. We didn't keep a clean sheet though, and we did get the win though. Second half was a bit controlling. I don't have a problem with us controlling the second half, as I've already mentioned at the beginning. I don't have a problem with us controlling the game. It would be better to get a third goal and be more safer. But I don't have a problem with us controlling the game because they would never have scored if Zinchenko didn't make that mistake. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for today. I'm a drop-off from the Lons game. Lons, I gave him a 10 out of 10. So 7 out of 10 for Mikel Arteta today. We are now 4 points clear. Tomorrow, Man City, Tottenham, I think we want a draw. They get a draw there. I know Liverpool is going to beat Fulham. We go straight to the Luton game. Let's go straight to the Luton game, try and get another 3 points, and we forget about the second half performance of this one and move forward. Hopefully, Trossard and Nketiah, whoever plays that game, can take their chances this time around. The ball he cleared off the line against Brentford was a terrible mistake he made just outside the box. Yeah, I remember he's the one who gave away the ball on the left side. But apart from that, though, I still think Zinchenko has been very good the last 4 games. Burnley, Brentford, Lons, and today as well in the first half. I think he's been very good. But yes, he does have those moments where he makes an error. But what I'm saying is, I don't agree with people saying, oh my goodness, Zinchenko is a calamity. He's one of the worst defenders we've ever had. No, he's not. He's definitely better than the likes of Kolasinac and Santos and those guys. Although he does lose concentration. That's why it's slightly better for us when we play these games against Sevilla away and Real Madrid away and teams like that. You probably don't play Zinchenko. And when you have a 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead, after he's done his job going forward, you play, you take him off. Maybe someday we are going to convert him to a midfielder, because if you have Zinchenko in midfield, that's the same thing we kind of did with Xhaka. Xhaka was a defensive midfielder. He was making so many mistakes. He was getting so many yellow cards, so many red cards. We pushed him forward and he stopped getting yellow cards and red cards, and he was more, he's helped us attacking wise. Maybe we need to move Zinchenko from left back, and maybe if Timber comes back and Tomiyasu is there and Ben White is there, maybe we'll see Zinchenko in midfield positions. I think he's very good going forward. I think he's one of the best players that you have going forward, the passes and all that. I like that sometimes just gets the ball outside the box and he's like, F it, I'm just going to shoot the ball. I do like that as well. But defensively, like against Liverpool away, I would not play Zinchenko against Salah, because I know it would be a long day against Salah and Trent. So I do agree though, George. Yes, he's the one who made the mistake before he made the clearance. Although I still think he was very good the last 4 games, apart from this mistake. Is that his overconfidence sometimes looks things as easy, says Fix. Up the Gunners, it's time to shine up. Good to see you, Glenn. Hope you're good. Yes, I'm good. Obale, I'm happy we got the win. Let's move from that. We are 4 points. I'm ahead now. The only disappointment I have today is that we didn't keep a clean sheet and we didn't take our chances, because that should have been 4-0. It should have been game over a long time ago. Let's hope we get the win against Luton. Next up, Luton, and then Aston Villa, and then it's tough. Aston Villa, Brighton, Liverpool. All those games will be different. Today, we were very comfortable in the first 60 minutes. We let them back into the game, and the last 10 minutes were a bit shaky. I was very nervous in the last 6 minutes, I can't lie. Against Luton, it's going to be different. We might not score in the first 5 minutes. We might have to be very patient and maybe score in the 40th minute. Hopefully, Luton don't score fast. They'll have the set pieces that we'll need to take care of. It's a tight pitch. That's why I actually would start Trossard in that game as well. Those tight spaces, you need someone like Trossard. Aston Villa game will be different. Aston Villa are not coming to defend. They're going to go toe-to-toe with us. So we might need a 3-2 or something in that kind of game. After that, Brighton, same. We might need a 3-2 or something. After that, Liverpool as well. Liverpool, you're going to need goals to beat them because they're going to score against you. So we're going to have to... Luton game will be different to this one, and then after that we'll have like 3 similar games against Aston Villa, Brighton, and Liverpool teams who are going to really attack you. But hey, we got the win. I'm going to put a poll as well for man of the match. That's all that matters. We got the win, guys. We are 4 points clear. Let's move on to Luton. Next game, Tuesday. We don't really have time to rest. As someone said earlier, let's pray that Tomiyasu's injury is not serious. Thank you for watching. Let me take the last comment. The next game is going to be heavy at Luton. Is a low block, says Daily Fix. Yes, tight spaces. We need the likes of I'd start both Havertz and Trossard in that game. You're not going to get too much space. A lot of people are going to say 4-0, 5-0, but that could easily be 1-0, 2-1 kind of game. You remember they almost beat Liverpool. Tottenham only beat them 2-1. Tottenham beat them 1-0. Liverpool beat them 2. They actually drew with Liverpool, right? 1-1. So they've gotten something from Luton and from Tottenham as well. So it's going to be tight spaces and all that. But all you need to do is to kill the crowd. Kill the crowd. Take your chances early. Don't miss chances. Trossard and Nketiah, don't miss chances like that. Even Jesus in the first half. Now, I said about Nketiah not passing the ball against Brentford. I did say if you're 2 goals up, 3 goals up, I don't mind you going for the shot. But again, Jesus... Rice is in a better position. You have to pass the ball there. You have to think about the team first. So again, that game should have been over a long time ago. But hey, we got the win. I'll have the preview right away tomorrow for the Luton game. Another big one. Let's get another win. Let's make it 4 wins out of 4. Thank you for watching and catch up with you guys on the next one.